Okay, guys. Man, this is ridiculous. Brand new MacBook Pro, and it's freezing up. So, according to. I'll wait for somebody to get on here. That is so ridiculous, guys. According to Apple, it's not the Mac. They think that it is the docking system that I'm using. So, what they recommended I do, it's kind of confusing, but I have like. Wow, this is really loud. I have a docking system that like connects all my monitors. They said instead of connecting all the monitors to the docking system, connect one to the Mac Mini so that it takes the load off the docking system. So we will see if that stops the screens from freezing. They think it's the screens, not the Mac. So we'll see if that helps. Hoping it does. Okay, so anyways, guys, getting back to what's going on here. I don't see any good setups still, unfortunately. But I have a feeling that this is going to work to the downside now. We have one, two, three, four. We have one, two, three, four new highs. We're rejecting this 2 minute right here. Not A plus enough for me to take, unfortunately, but wouldn't be surprised if this works to the downside. Because I cannot short, guys, when we have all these equal highs above us. I really can't. So like let's say we get a full bodied candle close above here on the 1 minute, and then we get an immediate down close candle. That's a good short in my opinion. So like let's say this 1 minute candle comes down and closes a full body down here. I think that's a good short. But there's a possibility here that this becomes another inverse and we just come all the way back up. So you have to be super careful. Yeah, so like you see how this is working, guys? 1 minute inverse, buy side liquidity above. Let me just alert the Discord that I'm live again. Yeah, so I can tell that my computer is behaving a lot smoother right now, which is good. We will see if it continues. I mean, it's always been smooth, but I'm looking at like um, the connection itself just feels smoother. Don't know how to explain it, but it's definitely behaving smoother. Okay, so this actually looks really good to the downside. Again, I'm not taking this. It's not part of my model, but this is like a fake move up. I think we're going to sweep a bunch of lows here. What do you guys think? It's an eval account. Should I try it? This is like a fake IFEG to the upside, and I think we're going to sweep this liquidity. If I do a limit order here, take profit at this low. Let's try it, guys. Why not? And my stop loss will be, it's like a 1-for-1. Basically betting that this 1 minute is going to get smoked and that we're going to come back down to the sell side right here. So once this low gets swept, guys, I will move my stop to break even. Think about how many people are trying to long this 1 minute fair value gap. Think it's going to get smoked. And if this low gets swept, guys, I'm moving my stop to break even on the trade. Really should not be entering this. This is on an eval account, guys, and not on a live account. But I still think it'll probably work. Okay, I'm moving my stop to break even here. I'm not taking any chances. If it works, it works. If it doesn't, it doesn't. But I think this low should get swept. We shall see. Again, if this low gets swept, move your stop to break even for sure. I'm just doing it early because I'm not taking any chances. This is not a trade you should be entering, but it might work. Now, technically, we are in a 1 minute inverse here, so you could move your stop to, you could move your stop up here as a 1 minute close back above the fair value gap, but I'm not going to do that. Okay, so there's the first low that got swept there. Hopefully we get our full TP here. So you can see an immediate wick is forming here, which I really don't like. I'd rather see it just completely collapse, but we'll see what happens. Okay, nice move so far. And boom, let's go. All right, so there is our second trade of the day was a success. Honestly, I think this low is coming next, but again, I'm not taking any chances on such a bullish day. But I do think we're going to get a pretty big dump here. This is like one of those fake inverse longs right before buy side liquidity. I said if we get a nice down close candle that I would enter it. I entered it early in this 1 minute fair value gap that everybody was looking to long. And you can see that we got an immediate dump. So very nice second trade on this eval. By the way, guys, who's in the chat right now? Because I I lost everybody that was in the chat. I'm guessing it's K, but whoa, Tesla's dumping again, guys. What's going on with Tesla? Interesting. Oh, it's Tristan too. Yeah, sorry guys. So I don't know if you guys heard this earlier, but I was speaking with support and they think it's not the Mac, they think it's the system, like the docking system that I'm using to connect all the monitors. So they suggested that so I have 4 monitors. So they suggested I take one of the monitors out of the docking system and plug it directly into the Mac Mini to take a load off of the docking system. And I can already see, like, when I'm looking at my computer and how fast it's behaving better. It's smoother. It was always smooth, but it's like smoother than it was before. All right, Kay. I'm glad that you took that, bro. So hopefully this stops the docking system from getting wrecked. I also emailed the docking company, so let's see if they can give me a fix. Yeah, but we will see what happens. But I'm gonna get it sorted one way or another because this should not be happening with a brand new Mac Mini. So I don't think it's a Mac Mini. Like I said, I think it's the docking system, but we'll see. So now we're getting a push higher here, guys. My guess is that this 4-hour buy side is going to hit now, but I already took my trade. I am going to probably log out of this account. I really need to get it higher though, guys. I need to get this account to 270. So I need basically 15K away, which I think I can get it to in the next few days, but we'll see what happens. Not next few days, maybe the next few weeks, sorry. But if we get some crazy trade, we might be able to get it higher. But yeah, you guys can see, like, so this is something I want to go more into, and I might make a course on this. But when we get an inverse fair value gap at highs and we get an immediate down close candle, this is a signal to me that shorts are going to work. And so you guys saw me enter the trade here on this candle, and I took my profits at this low. But I actually got a little bit more profits than I expected because we had a very big push down here. And when you have a when you have a very fast push and you have a limit order, sometimes you get filled lower down. So I got filled at like 21.8 if I'm not mistaken on this trade. But yeah, so that was nice. Tristan 50. Yeah, what do you guys think? Should I scalp with 50 NQs? Oh my god, that would be crazy. I mean, I got these evals for cheap. There was a 90% off sale. I forgot to tell you guys, bro. Also, I should make an affiliate for those, but I'm not going to do that just yet. But on Apex for the New Year's, there was a 90% off sale. Normally, they're 80% off. So I got 250K accounts. I got 300K accounts for $19 each, which is pretty good, in my opinion. Okay, so we just took out 2 more sets of buy-side liquidity here, and we are getting a nice downside move. If we get this inverse, I'm not going to lie, this looks really good to short too. I can't short it, guys, because we've already swept enough liquidity where, like, if we're bullish, we're just going to continue. But in theory, guys, in principle, if this inverses to the downside, we should get a good setup. Again, guys, I've already taken 2 trades on this account, so I don't know if I'll take this. I don't think I will. But yes, Kay is very right. There is a 1-minute potential IFEG forming here. I would not be surprised if we get another downside move here. But guys, if you're agreeing on the day, I would not suggest taking this. Okay, we've already had a successful trade here. It got us back to a little bit past break even. I think I made like $100 now on the day on this account. They did that extra 10% because PW eating too much from them. What is that? I don't get it. What does that mean, Tristan? Because PW? Who's PW? Am I being stupid? So we did sweep. So Kay, you are right here. If you guys look, this is a nice 1-minute sweep. We do have another sweep above, and we have 4-hour buy side. Patrick Wieland. We do have 4-hour buy side up here, so I'm thinking this is probably going to deliver higher. But let's say we get like a big push up here, and then another 1-minute inverse. We can take a short. I think that will be nice. Because I have a feeling that they're going to bring us down before taking out all these equal highs. I might be wrong, but yeah, very tough to short now, guys. Because we've already had a consolidation leg like this, right? We came down, stopped out some shorts. And yeah, it's not optimal to be shorting again after liquidity has been swept. If you guys have not taken a trade today in this 1-minute inverses, you can try it again. I don't think it's bad. I don't think it's A plus because we've already had a consolidation and we've already swept some sell side. We do have still an obvious sell side down here that we could hit, but it's not as good in my opinion now. Tristan, yeah. Apex needed to get some income to pay out Patrick Wheeland, I guess. I think it's so funny to watch their beef, ICT and Patrick Wheeland. Guys, also I need you to help me push my weekly video. If you guys go on my YouTube, just if you don't even have to watch it, but I suggest you do. Watch the video one time over, like it and comment, and it will really help the algo. If you guys go onto my YouTube, it's the video I posted, How to Be a Millionaire in 2025. Okay, so we're trading into this 1 minute 3 times now. We've pushed into it. So hopefully this will deliver us to the upside. If it closes below, looks good. I'm not gonna lie, it looks really good for a short. Stop to break even at this low. But again, you have to wait for the 1 minute close. In fact, I would wait for the 3 minute in this situation. Yeah, I would wait for the 3 minute. Because technically this is still bullish, okay? Right? It's not bearish until we close below the fair value gap. Don't try and chase it, guys. I know it looks tempting, but it's not worth it. We're bullish on the day. We have all these equal highs above us. It's just not worth it. This candle closes at 36, which is 2 minutes away. Wow. But I'm not going to lie, guys. This looks sexy. This 3 minute looks real sexy. At least stop to break even at this low, and then I would take your full TP at this low right here. Are these perfect equal lows right here as well? Oh, and we have perfect equal lows right here, guys. Oh, no, they're not. They're not. No, disregard, disregard. I repeat, disregard. But yeah, this 3 minute does look good. I will not lie to you. If we get a 3 minute close below, I do not think that's a bad short. If you haven't taken a trade today, do not think that's a bad short. Now, is it A plus? I'm not going to give it an A plus 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 because we have buy side and a new week opening gap and equal highs above. But for an intraday scalp, stop loss at the high here or a 3 minute close back above doesn't look bad. But I don't know if we're even going to get the close. We'll have to see. Got 10 seconds left until the close. And there is a 3 minute close right there. So this is a short, but I'm not taking it, guys, personally. Though I think it's probably going to work to sell side. I already took a short here in this consolidation leg. It was successful. I'm not going to try and chase another one because of all the buy side we have above. But if you're in this, guys, your stop to break even will be at this low. And I would just, honestly, I would hold. I'd take a partial here, and I would potentially hold the rest of this low. And if you're in the trade, again, stop loss. I would honestly leave the stop as a hard stop above this candle. Because if we are truly bullish here, we're just going to blast through everything. So you might as well protect your position and have your stop either above this body or this wicks high, whichever you prefer. But yeah, just not good enough for me personally. Like, do you honestly want to be taking stuff in this consolidation leg? Really, no. Especially when we have obvious buy side above, right? It's just not. optimal. Right? We have this buy side above, new week opening gap, equal highs. It's just not worth it in my opinion. Even though I think it'll probably work, it's just not A+ enough for me. Another 1 minute OB forming. You could potentially see us trade into this 1 minute volume imbalance too. If you are in this on the 1 minute, guys, I would honestly move my stop to break even if this low gets hit. I'd rather just see the low get swept and then just continuous delivery to the downside. Right? Because if this is like a bullish pattern, then we might come down, sweep the low, and then have a bullish reaction. It's just too risky to be full sizing shorts without very tight stop losses. Tristan doesn't like it because we didn't close below the volume imbalance. I agree, Tristan. I didn't even see the volume imbalance, but you're correct that there is one there. Dude, holy shit. ASML is pushing so hard. I'm up 20% on my position. That's crazy. And that's a long-term hold, guys. It's going to be a beautiful long-term position. I've been looking to add ASML for so long. Okay, guys, so now that this is... Okay. If you really want, guys, you could move your stop to break even already. Because we swept this low. If we sweep this low, for sure, move your stop to break even. But if this is truly bearish, we should just deliver here. We shouldn't come back and retest again and again and again. We should just go. And you can see an immediate wick after sweeping this low. Not a great sign. Again, it's not screaming to me, guys. It's a good trade. Don't get me wrong. But it's not screaming to me like full size, this is time to short. We have too much liquidity resting above for me to really, really want to take this. And I hope you guys understand my reasoning behind that. Let me just look at Tesla quick, guys. Whoo, Tesla dumping. So if you guys are looking for a long trade on Tesla, this is technically like an OTE, right? We're entering into this hourly fair value gap. If we go to the 4-hour chart, anywhere in this fair value gap is a pretty good entry. IMO, I think we're going up to buy side. So if you're looking for a swing trade on Tesla, I mean, you could enter here if you want right now, or you could wait for lower retracements, but it doesn't have to go lower than this. I think this buy side is coming. So you'd have like a stop loss maybe at this body at 381 and then take profit, or stop to break even at 428. Again, I don't really swing trade like that, but not a terrible entry in my opinion. Okay, guys. Oh, by the way, we swept this low. So your stop should have been at break even here, right? For sure. You're getting an immediate bullish reaction, which I don't like if you're looking for shorts. There is a not half bad looking 3-minute long. But again, too high for me to take, guys. Like, no liquidity has been swept yet, so you guys have to understand I'm super selective with the setups I take. I don't like shorts because we swept this liquidity already. I don't like longs because we're in premium of the range. We haven't swept obvious sell side yet. But you can see we are holding the 3-minute. And now it's dumping. Yeah, I mean, I have half the mind to. I mean, we already took our 2 trades for today, guys. I'm probably not going to take anything else. But it's still good to study PA, right? You can see here we did sweep this low, and now we really should just completely dump here to sell side and probably to fill this 10-minute fair value gap and rebalance the order block. That's what I'm guessing is going to happen here. We could even have a sell model, guys, at this point, all the way down to these lows. That's what I could potentially see happening, too. This has the look of like a start of an intraday sell model. We also swept this high right here by a tick. You guys can see right there, right? We swept the high by a tick and we're rejecting. How's ES doing? Wow, ES is way stronger than NQ. Look at this. Let me look at ES on the daily. ES is about to inverse its daily FEG, which tells me that this buy side is probably coming next. But we are trading right at the top of a new week opening gap. How far are we from the top? Very close. Okay, I keep getting alerts for Celsius. Let me take a look at it really quick. Ooh. Big push on Celsius. I told you guys that when this inverse, we were going to get a big push. And you can see right here was the daily inverse, and we're just rocketing now. Wouldn't be surprised if we end up at 35 on Celsius relatively soon. And we are still in this swing trade, guys, obviously. I did take a partial here, but I'm looking for higher. Okay, NQ is looking nice to the downside. This 3-minute, if you're not at break even yet, guys, your stop should definitely be at break even when this low hits right there. And then I would just hold down to sell side. Boring. This is boring. By the way, guys, how's the volume on my mic? Is it perfect, good, too loud, too soft? I want to work on the settings if it's bad. Tristan says it sounds good. Good. Damn, this is so boring right now. What I will take, guys, let's say we sweep this liquidity real nice. And we get a nice 1-minute IFEG. I will consider logging into a funded account and try and long to these equal highs. But I have a sneaking suspicion that they are going to make it difficult. I don't think they're going to deliver it cleanly all the way up. I might be wrong, but let's see what setup we get. Okay, guys, so this low is almost definitely going to hit now. Again, there's no setup now. If you're in the 3 minute still, your stop should be to break even. If you wanted to, you could take a partial at this low, though I'd advise you just to hold it, just to get more points out of it. Because right now it should be a free trade. And yeah. But you can see we entered perfectly into that 3 minute. We inversed the 3, traded into this 3 minute bearish PD array, the bearish fair value gap, and we rejected. So this should deliver us down to sell side now. And I don't know, I wouldn't be surprised, guys, if we get a complete collapse here, all the way down to the sell side. I really would not be surprised. Though I'm not banking on it because of all the equal highs above, I wouldn't be surprised. Again, my job as a trader is not to predict that we're going to go here, but it's to take the optimal entry and then go short. So in this case, if you believed in this 3 minute IFEG, again, I didn't take it because I've already taken 2 trades on this account. It was still good, but you can see here that this is getting hit right now, and you should be leaving runners if you're in this trade down to this low, if you'd like to. I would take at least 50% off at this low, at least, and then hold whatever else you're willing to hold down to the sell side. Because if we are having an intraday sell model, we should come all the way down here. We're also entering a macro time coming up now, so that may deliver price further, because macro times tend to spool price to the direction they need to go. It's like an accelerated time in the market, so. Okay, I need to take this alert off my charts because it's really annoying me. Dude, and AMD is pushing like crazy too. Dude. I just love buying stuff at discount, guys. Oh yeah, you guys hear that alert too. I keep forgetting. If you guys just buy stocks at discounts, in heavy discount, you are going to be so much better off. Just buy stuff when no one wants them, guys. I was loading the boat on AMD and ASML at these lows, and it's going crazy. Like, because when you end up basically bottom ticking, like I did on ASML and pretty much on AMD too, but when you end up bottom ticking, it ends up when the stock starts to move, you print so hard. I know that's like easier said than done, but just follow the alerts. Literally, it's just crazy. Okay, so another thing that could happen here, guys, we could come all the way back up to this high, stop at shorts, and then go down. Too many different scenarios. But this is why you move your stops to break even so that you get a free trade. Your entry, again, was here, or even if you got a better entry on the retrace, no chance this should hit if we are truly bearish. We should just continue to deliver to the downside. If we come up and sweep this high one more time and then go down, it's not meant to be, guys. Sorry. That's just, that is something that you should be so happy to get stopped out on. Because if the market ends up taking out this high and then manipulates down again, like that's the most unlucky scenario. It does happen sometimes, but no. Tristan says, what do you think of the 1 minute inverse? Not a huge fan, Tristan. The reason I'm not a huge fan of this inverse is because, first of all, we're in heavy premium. Second of all, we have an obvious liquidity level that we did not take yet. It's just not a plus to me. I would have much rather seen this liquidity get swept first. The fact that we didn't take it, it's an indication to me that this could be a manipulative move and then we come back down. Not a plus. I'd rather also see us go into discount of the range first before I look for longs. So the discount of the range, guys, is right here. First of all, I don't like that we left equal lows, okay? That's one red flag for me. Second off, the discount of this range is right here, and you can see it pairs up perfectly with these two sets of liquidity. So my intuition here is that this is a fake 1 minute IFEG, and that we will continue to the downside. So like I would honestly much rather, if we get a body close back below this 1 minute, I'd much rather take this short. But I'm not going to. Again, it's not my model. But I'd rather just let the market play out. Like getting an IFEG, I've seen this too many times in the market, guys. And this just comes from screen time. When we have a push up, a consolidation leg, we come right close to buy side liquidity. All these traders that are on tilt trying to get to this high, they're longing when they shouldn't be. This is the time when people get smoked. This is the times when people get smoked. And again, I would love to see us trade down into discount of the range before looking for longs. I'm not trying to long in premium like this, especially after we've balanced an hourly fair value gap. We have this consolidation here. It's just like out of screen time, I know a lot of the times this doesn't work. And again, sometimes guys, like you can study IFEGs as much as you want. But the more you do it and the more screen time you have, when you understand like where we are positionally in the market, you know which IFEGs are more likely to work than others. And I'm telling you right now, this one, it could work, don't get me wrong, but I don't like it. I think a lot of the times this will fail. So again, that is just experience in the market. And I could be wrong. Again, we could sweep like internal buy side and then go lower, but it's not something I would take personally. And some of these things are hard to explain. I try and do it the best that I can, but this is one of the ones that are kind of like screen time. But if you're asking me primarily why I don't like it, it's because we're in premium of the range and we have equal lows below right here. And then like structurally, this consolidation pattern tells me that we are likely to continue downwards here. It's like an intraday sell model. Hard to explain, but once this high was hit by a tick and we left it, it tells me that we're likely to continue down. So like a lot of traders. So if you were in this long, guys, I would have my stop to break even at this high right here, because we could literally trade into one of these two wicks and then immediately reject. And that is my sneaking suspicion right now, is that this is trying to generate liquidity to the upside to just come down further, maybe sweep this liquidity, balance the 10-minute fair value gap. Again, and I could be wrong. Sometimes it does work, but in my opinion, this is not an optimal trade. You guys see that? Again, this could be a fake down move too, but I'm telling you right now, if this candle closes full body red, I think we are very likely to sweep this low, and I think we'll continue all the way down here most likely. What do you guys think? Should we do it on an eval? Let's see how this body closes. I'm not gonna do it, guys, obviously, but I actually want to pass this account. But this should deliver us all the way back down to this low. This is where I think the market's going now. Oh boy. Let's see what happens. Let's see what happens. Oh, I want to look at one more thing, guys. We'll look at this in a second. I want to look at end phase, see where we're at on this company. Oh, big push. We're at 75. Wow, guys, and we're printing on end phase too. I told you guys in the Discord that I was adding shares here at 71, and we're up like what, 4 $4 per share now. All right. This 1 minute this 1 minute order block here should deliver us all the way down to sell side if it closes below this wick. We also have a tiny 1 minute fair value gap here. We didn't quite trade into it, but we don't have to. But don't be surprised if we wick into it and then go down. We'll see what happens here. Again, I'm trying to predict this 1 minute price action is slim to none successful, but it should work. Again, I'm aiming for this sell side here. Not in a trade, but just telling you what I think will happen. Ooh, did we leave equal highs here? No, we did not. And I can't catch a break thinking about you, mama. So 2 scenarios I see playing out here. One, we trade into this 1 minute fair value gap and we reject. The second possibility is that we come all the way back up to this buy side and reject. And then from there, if that happens and we don't reject, then we'll probably go up. But I think still that this is going to be a trade down to this sell side right here. I believe. Uh-oh, it said my stream disconnected. What was that? Guys, did my stream disconnect? Or can you guys still hear me and see me? It skipped for a second. Yeah, I got like an alert very, very briefly that it disconnected. I was about to rage quit, bro. But hopefully it doesn't freeze. If it freezes now, I'm going to really have a talk with the... I'm going to have a talk with Tim Cook, guys, because... Bro's having me buy 24 gigabytes of RAM Mac Mini with a terabyte of memory storage. And you're telling me that my computer's going to freeze? No, it's not okay with me. All right, so another sweep of this buy side right here. If we get a big red candle that closes below this 1 minute candle, this should definitely deliver us down. I think I might scalp this, guys. Oh, this looks so tempting on an eval account, bro. Yeah, guys, I'm going to try this. Oh, it didn't fill my order. What the hell? That is so annoying. All right, guys. You guys saw that I tried to fill that, right? And no, K, they're not equal highs. Oh my god, I would have printed so fat on that trade. That's so annoying. If you notice, K, we swept this high by a tick. They're not equal. You see that, guys? Damn, that would have been such a good trade. It didn't fill my limit order by literally a tick. That's so annoying. This is gonna dump now too, guys. I would not be surprised to see this low hit. Would not be surprised. Oh, that is so annoying. God damn. And now you guys can see we just filled the 10-minute fair value gap. So if we are truly bullish now, guys, this should be the spot where we react from. All right, we're in a 10-minute fair value gap. Right here you can see it. And we swept the low by a tick. And now we're getting a pretty bullish reaction here. But yeah, nothing looks A+ to me just yet here. We also didn't sweep this low, which I would have preferred, to be honest. If this 1 minute fair value gap gets inversed, I still wouldn't take it, guys, to be honest. I want to see a complete retracement. I want to see a 50% retracement here. So nothing as far as the long side looks appealing to me. You guys have to understand that the market works in phases, okay? We have buy phases, we have buy models, intraday buy models, intraday sell models, and the market loves to rebalance 50% of the legs. So like in this case, let me make sure it's at the high here. Yeah. The 50% of the leg is here. So I fully anticipate this to get hit before we can look for longs. Command Z. But if this 1 minute inverses, yeah, maybe you can take a scalp up to this high, but I wouldn't take it personally. Again, guys, I'm super selective on the trades that I take. This was too good to ignore, and you can see that it delivered very nicely. But don't be surprised if this inverses that we come back up to this high. Again, not good enough for me to take, but could work. I honestly think that this is a potential start of a sell program. And it all started, guys, with this 3 minute IFEG that I told you guys about. Again, I didn't take it, but because I already took 2 trades on the day, but yeah, looked pretty good. And you guys can see here too, end phase, the one that I called in the Discord. You guys can see we've pushed ridiculously now. The 100, I have like 200 shares right now. So I'm up like 800 bucks on this position right now, but I'm fully anticipating this to go much higher. You guys can see, let's see if I can show you in the Discord where I added this. For y'all that maybe are not in the Discord and don't believe me. Here it is. Oh, that's Boeing. Where is my end phase ad? I have to search for it. From search options. How do I search for a specific stock, guys? Celsius. C3AI. Oh, I did on the option selling section, I think. Here. Selling the 27th December 71 puts on end phase, and this was when we were at 77. If I get filled, my targets will be 156 and 247. Capital for end phase. Yeah, so that was the alert for end phase, but you can see that we're up. You can search keywords in the top right. That's what I tried to do, but when I do that, it doesn't give me the option to search for a word. It just says like has links. Because it's only giving me the option in channel. Hold on, guys. I think my dog is scratching the door. 1 second. Oh, good morning, Lulu. Good morning. Come on in. Oops. Here's the schnauzer for those of you guys who didn't see her last time. She just got a haircut yesterday. Bro, these dogs' haircuts are expensive as hell. It was like $80 for this dog's haircut. Oh, she was looking to Mike. $80 freaking dollars for this haircut. Dogs are pricey, bro. These designer dogs. Okay, hold on. Yeah, so you guys can see here another 1 minute inverse that I think is going to fail. You guys need to know when to take the optimal inverses here. This is not a good one, I'm telling you right now. We have more liquidity resting here. We have 50% retracement that we need to get to. But yeah, also with end phase, I know, for those of you guys who have been in the streams, you've known that I've been adding that. But I think end phase's next targets are going to be, so if you guys are not on this yet, okay, if this weekly fair value gap inverses, I've said this many times on the stream, but if we get a weekly close back above $80.92, inversing this fair value gap, I think this high is coming at $89.95. This is where I would move my stop to break even on the trade. And I would just hold this because I think if we're going to push, this is going to go all the way back up to 141 and 157. You guys can book this now, put it in your notes, but This weekly fair value gap right here that's unbalanced at 156.67. This is where my first TP on the trade will be. If you guys want to partial at this buy side, you can, but I think this is the ultimate draw for end phase, and then I think the next draw is going to be this monthly fair value gap that's unbalanced right here at 245. But that is obviously a stretch. So, okay, my dog wants to go out now. She's being needy. Hold on 1 second, guys. Okay. So it looks like this 1 minute is working in the end. Hit my last trade for the day. Locked out up 411. Very good, Tristan. Congrats, bro. Did you take this 1 minute inverse? Because technically it held, guys. So again, do I think it's great? No. I would give this maybe like a 6 out of 10. Also, if you want to take your full TP on this, I would wait for this high to get hit, but there is a possibility that we don't come up to the high and then we dump. But yeah, don't think it's A+, to be honest. I'm going to say good job, Tristan, but I wouldn't take that personally. But again, everybody is different, and if you have a model that works, or if you believe in this 1 minute setup, then great. But I'm telling you, a lot of the times this one fails. Bought when it hit the bottom of it with 10-point TP. I see. Interesting. The bottom of the fair value gap. What's the date today? The 6th? I have 11 days. Okay, what do you guys think? I have covered calls on Tesla that are up 93% right now, with 11 days left on the until expiry. Do you think I should close out for 93%? It's a covered call, a 595 covered call. So basically, Tesla has to be below $595. Ooh. Okay. Oh, this 1 minute short looks so good. Oh my goodness. This looks too good, guys. I think I have to enter this. Take profit for me is going to be down here. Stop loss is going to be up here. Let's see if we get the 1 minute close, though. We have 30 seconds left, so I don't know if I'm going to get a good entry. But this looks too good for a short. Wow, I think I got to enter this, guys. Wow, there's so much FOMO hitting me right now. It looks too good. I know it's gonna dump. Like I'm so convinced. I do have to wait for the 1 minute close. Let me just check real quick. Oh, this looks so good. All right, guys, I'm in this. It looks too good. Stop to break even at this low. That looks so good for a short. I mean, if I get stopped out on this, I'm so okay with it. It looks way too good for me. Stop to break even again at this low, and then I'm going to take my profits at the liquidity down here. Yeah, this is a trade I would take 100 out of 100 times. Personally. Again, for you guys, that's totally fine. If I get stopped out on this, I am so fine with it. Let's say we get another 1 minute candle, it prints into the fair value gap, and we sweep this low. I'll move my stop to break even on the trade. Ugh, my dog is being such a... Okay, so let's say we trade into the 1 minute here, and then we come down and sweep this low. I will move my stop to break even for sure. Or if we sweep this low right now, I'll move my stop to break even. Just because now that I think about it, we do have equal highs above us, and I'm not trying to get wrecked. So... Okay, we did sweep the low, so my stop is at break even. How do I modify my orders here? So hopefully this just completely dumps here. If I get stopped out, guys, I get stopped out. It's fine. Hopefully we just completely collapse. So what I love, guys, about the system, again, it gives you free trades. If I get stopped out, cool. But if not, I'm basically playing with house money here. It's impossible for me to lose. So there's definitely possible, guys, that we can come back into this 1 minute and then trade down. But I am basically anticipating that we'll just completely collapse. And if I'm right, I'll print. If not, it's fine. But I'm not going to risk getting smoked when we have a bunch of equal highs above me. Again, my theory is that we're going to trade into heavy discount in here, which I think will probably go much lower than where my entry is, or where my take profit is, but nonetheless, I still think it's a good trade. Let me look at my orders here. Stop loss. $50. Yeah, hopefully I don't get stopped at break even here, but let's see. Okay, that should have been the low. If I'm right, guys, this should have been the low. I missed my my stop loss by a tick. That's crazy. Bang! Let's go. Let's go. All right, guys. If I'm right, this should just completely collapse now. So hopefully we get all the way down. I might even... Should I move my stop lower, guys? What do you think? I'm not going to be greedy. The sell side's actually right here, so I'm going to have to move this a little bit more. Oh, guys, I think this is going to dump. I really do. But I'm not going to be greedy. So we should book for hopefully like 350 or maybe 400 bucks. I don't even know. Unless I get stopped here, we'll see. Do 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 do. Yeah, guys, if this comes all the way back up to my TP, I mean my break even, then that's fine. But again, I think that this low is coming now and probably lower. Oh, I kind of really want to hold this all the way down here. Should I do it for the culture, guys? On an eval account? Guys, if I was in a funded account, for sure I would take profits here, but I don't know. I think I'll take profits at the buy at where it is. Do it for the vibe. Do it for the vine. I ain't going. Okay, there we go. All right, so that was a quick 400 there. See, guys, I know when to execute trades, and I'm telling you guys, 99 out of 100 times this setup works. When I say that, take it seriously. So that was what? 600 on the day so far. Not too shabby. But we'll see what happens now, ladies and gentlemen. Again, I'm not trying to completely hold for lows because of the fact that we have these equal highs up here. But again, I still do think that we should get a 50% retracement. And then from there, we can look for longs. Now, we do have these equal lows here. I said that these could potentially hit today. We also have three other sets of equal lows down here. But my guess is that like maybe... So this is what I would love to see, guys. If we hold these equal highs... give me 1 second, Tristan. I'll answer you in a second. If we hold these equal highs and we don't take them out, and let's say on FOMC meeting minutes, we come down, we sweep this low, these equal lows, and all of these, and bounce out of one of these new week opening gaps. Ooh, we have another set of equal lows down here. We have a tiny set of equal lows down here. But let's say we sweep some of these, bounce into these new week opening gaps. That will be a nice signal for me to go long to these equal highs, but we'll see what we get. So Tristan asks, so because we are in such premium and we inversed that BISI in one candle, that was a good setup? Correct. So the reason that I love this setup so much, guys, well, it was a few different things. But number one, I know what an intraday sell model looks like. And to me, when we started doing this, I realized that we're probably in a sell model. Number two, we swept buy-side liquidity by a tick. Well, not by a tick, by a little bit more, but we wicked here. And then we inversed on one candle, like Tristan said. That to me signified that we were very likely to go back to sell side. We left sell side by a tick here. So a lot of people were induced long on this trade. Yes, this woman at inverse worked, but I told you that a lot of the times it fails. And in this case, it did succeed. You would have been stopped at break even. But the minute I saw this, I knew this was going to be a rejection. And that's why I took the short. And I still do think this is going to go lower. But again, because of the equal highs above us, I don't know when these are going to hit. I'm not going to try and take full positional trades. I was debating it because it's an eval account, but I'd rather just take my TP. But I think this is going to inverse again. I think this is going to come all the way down here most likely. This is like an intraday sell model. Not to mention the other reason, guys, it's all about liquidity. So we had this 1 hour inverse that we're wicking out of. We balanced it fully. We almost hit buy side. I know a lot of the times they leave a buy side like this for later. So it's just like it's just liquidity and screen time. And then obviously this liquidity as well, and then the inverse. It's a great setup. But I've literally seen this play out so many freaking times. It obviously there's variations of it, but yeah, that's why, pretty much. And I told you guys again, I think we're coming to to discount of the range now. So I would not be surprised if we get a 50% wick. Okay, so guys, I will be right back. I'm gonna go get some coffee, but I'm gonna probably stream for quite a bit longer today, just to study PA, so you guys can chill out and learn. But give me 1 second. I'll go get more coffee, and I'll be right back. I gotta grab my phone. Yo, by the way, guys, if you're in here, please, if you can, I'm begging you. I need it. I'm desperate. Make sure you like the stream, because if you don't, I'm gonna end up being broke for the rest of my life. And I need more Tesla shares. So like the stream so that it helps other people see it. Thank you very much. And if you don't, you're dead to me. And I'll be right back. I'm gonna get coffee, like I said. Alright, who's still here? Wow, a lot of people left, huh? Just kidding, I have no idea. um, the fuck? Alright, so this is what I kind of call like the slow grind down. We took the buy side, like I said, inverse, and I think this is probably just gonna consolidate. Maybe we have small pushes up, but eventually we'll come down here. So in the past, guys, when I was as a day trader, this is the type of day where I would be betting on this buy side hitting. Okay, I think the reason I'm also successful with this stuff is because I know what I used to do, and I know how the markets are designed to like create tilt for traders. So like I always have taken IFEGs. Well, not always, but since I've taken IFEGs, I would take something like this and say, okay, this is gonna succeed. I'd get stopped at break even. This is my first time when I'd get on tilt. I'd be like, oh my god, oh, Justin Trudeau just resigned. Wow, that is so sick. Wow, why did my camera just completely tweak? Hold on. Okay, there we go. Bro, I'm so happy. He was really shitty for Canadians, and if you like him, I'm sorry, but I don't care. He was terrible, terrible for business in Canada. And I actually saw some news yesterday. I think it was a rumor that he was resigning, or like I don't know what percent. I know on like Polymarket and all those betting sites you can bet on it. But the Canadian dollar like skyrocketed with the news that he was resigning. United States of North America coming. Bro, I hope Canada becomes part of the US. That would be sick. Um, but yeah, he was terrible for Canada's economy. He was terrible for Canadians as a whole. Nobody liked him. He's kind of like he was the Kamala of Canada. I don't know what I can say and what I can't on this YouTube. I bet you they'll demote me if I talk smack or I start talking politics. But the K girl, if you guys know who I'm talking about, bro, what is going on with this camera? I think I accidentally because I got a new camera, guys, and it signaled like AI tracking or something when I raised my hands like that. But you guys can see here I'm zooming in and out. You guys can get real close. Look at my beard that I need to trim. All right, I'm done, guys. Sorry. Yeah, I think that should be good. All right. Bro, I know, Tristan. Because Canada, bro, Canada has a lot of resources. They are such an abundant uh, commodity country. Like, they just have bad policies and bad leadership. If they were able to fix that, which they should, if I forget his name, but the Republican Pierre or something, I think he'll be great for Canada. He's actually logical. He's a reasonable thinker. Yeah, it's crazy. Okay, guys, so you can see here that we're in this kind of, like I said, this kind of chop down. Going back to what I was saying, so we can get back to the charts, not politics. So my first trade of the day would have been this woman at inverse, okay, in premium, which I know I shouldn't be doing. I'd get stopped at break even right before my target hit. I'd get pissed. Then I'd see that my target got swept right here. I'd get really, really upset, and I'd try and long right here, get stopped out. Then I would try this woman inverse, maybe get a little bit of it back, or be on such tilt that I would want to hold for these highs. I'd get stopped out again. Then I would look at this candle and be like, oh, this is sweeping liquidity. We're bullish now. I'd long this and get stopped out again. And it ended up being like it would be 6 losses and 1 win on a day. That is what my old self used to do like probably 2 years ago. And now I've learned that you need to be patient and wait for optimal setups and not long in premium. Even if the setup looks good, like this one and it looked decent, okay? A lot of the times this will not take out the buy side. You'll get stopped at break even, or you'll be greedy and you'll try and like move your stop down. You'll get stopped out. Wait, the best setups form in discount of the range. Take your Fibonacci tool. It's right here on TradingView, or right here, sorry, and draw it from the wick to the high that is formed. This is the 50% level right here. Deleting that. The best long setups will form after this low gets swept. And if you're looking for shorts, like I did, down to premium, or down to discount, this short was excellent. We took liquidity. We already had a 3-minute inverse. We balanced this general area, and now I think this is going to take us much further. But you can see here my entry and my exit on the trade was at the low. So, yeah. Wow, my camera is actually kind of laggy right now. Why is that? Is it still laggy? Okay, that's better. By the way, guys, when I move on my camera, is it laggy for you guys or is it smooth? Like if I move my hand like this, is it laggy or smooth? Okay, good. Yeah, Tristan, you're my you're like the reference point. If Tristan's computer's good, anyone's is going to be good. Okay, let's look at other stocks quick, guys, because there's really nothing going on. Wow, guys, my ASML is going crazy. Okay, so here's another one. I think I already showed this, but I will show you guys that are maybe new here. ASML, look at this reaction we've had from this 3-month fair value gap. This is a stock that I bottom ticked and I called it in the Discord. This is the monthly chart. You can see the monthly fair value gap. The mean threshold that I have labeled here is the 50%. I took a Fibonacci tool, just like I just showed you guys on NQ. This Fibonacci is like a 50%. The 50% was at $651.66. This is where I added in the Discord. Let me see if I can stock ads. Search ASML. Okay, let's see if this works. All right, here. My next big stock ad has finally come down to the optimal trade area, ticker ASML. And look, I'm going to click on the picture. You'll see where it was at the time, $659. So yeah, technically we're at the 50% level of the monthly fair value gap, like I just told you guys. And we're closer to the optimal trade entry, aka golden pocket, between 648 and 624. Semiconductors are a massive industry. And of course there are risks, but the risk reward at these levels is difficult to ignore. Size accordingly to your risk tolerance. This is not a swing trade. This is a ad in my long term and my Roth and traditional accounts. But yeah. So that was a crazy ad right down here at 659. And you can see here that we're pushing like crazy. My biggest ads, I added from 659 all the way down to 651. So you can see that was a huge push. But anyways. No equal highs are forming here on NQ. You can just see this massive slow grind consolidation. This is just generating liquidity. People are just trying to long. They're probably going to get smoked. We might have a rebalance of this 1-minute fair value gap potentially. Or did we already traded into it by 1 tick. Never mind, guys. But yeah, my thesis is that we just could keep going lower and we end up sweeping this low. If we look at the 5, no, there's not really anything on the 5. Look at the 15. Whoo, okay, guys. So. Can I remove my executions here? I just want the arrows to not confuse you guys. So you guys can see here too what's going on, okay? Obviously we're in a sell model, but you can see here we just inverse this 10-minute fair value gap. There is no 15. Let me look at the 30. Yeah. So the 10-minute fair value gap was inverse to the downside. So that tells me that what's probably going to happen here is we're going to get some kind of a trade back up above this high, and then we're going to get a short all the way down to these this sell side liquidity. So this is an example of a higher time frame setup. This is a 10-minute fair value gap that was inversed right here on this candle. Now, I would never enter on a 10-minute setup, but if we, for example, get a 1 or a 2-minute setup within this and you haven't taken a trade, I think this is going to be a good short. So you basically, if you're bearish, guys, which in this case you should be short term to this low, and also not to mention the confluence of the 50% level. But if you get some kind of a 1-minute short within here in this purple box, which is the 10-minute inverse, that will be a good short signal in my opinion. So this is what I'm talking about, using the higher time frames for bias and then taking trades from there. So like we have this 1-minute bearish PD array right here. So maybe we come up and take out this high, stop out a few more shorts, and then get a 1-minute from there. We could just completely dump from here, don't get me wrong. But what I'm saying is that once the 10-minute inverses, like you see here, this to me is a signal of a change in market structure. Because if we were bullish, remember guys, ICT concepts, if we're bullish, the bullish PD array, which in this case is a 10-minute fair value gap, this should be used to deliver us higher. But the fact that we are closing below it, we're violating it. This is the candlesticks telling me that the market is not bullish right now. This should be reacting bullishly. So this is a signal to me that I'm looking for shorts. Not to mention the confluence, again, the 50% of the leg, the equal lows we have down here. Like there's too many confluences for me to be blindly longing. It doesn't make any sense to long here. So I would only be looking for shorts. And you guys can see my entry was from here. So let's say I miraculously held this position because I was considering it, like I said, but I didn't. If I did, this would be even more confirmation to me that we're going lower because we're violating a bullish PD array. So that is my lesson to you guys. Be very, very aware of higher time frames. And yeah, basically all you need is liquidity. And then obviously the 50% retracement is really optimal too. But yeah, I mean, I don't know exactly what's going to happen here. My guess, again, is that we might take out this high and then we get a 1-minute inverse from there to go down. But I told you guys this is the start of an intraday sell program, and I'm guessing that this low is going to sweep next. But there's a variety of different ways it's going to happen. So I told you guys, if you guys are new here, you don't understand that the markets run on an algorithm. I know that it's hard to believe. A lot of people think it's hard to believe, but there's different pathways that the algorithms can take. So like we could come back and trade into this 1-minute fair value gap right here, and then we could reject. We could completely just dump right now. We could sweep this high, create a 1-minute inverse, and then go down. We could sweep this high, create a 1-minute inverse, and go down. Too many different scenarios. But what we're looking for objectively, if we haven't taken a trade today, which in my case I've taken 3, 2 wins and 1 small loss. So basically, if I hadn't taken 3 trades today, I would be looking for some kind of a 1-minute short within this general area, or within this area right here. Also possible that we could come back and rebalance this high right here, and then we get the rejection. But I have a strong feeling, again, guys, that these 2 sets of liquidity at minimum are going to get swept, and then ultimately these equal lows will come. But that is basically what I see right now. And just because I see something, again, guys, you have to also be able to distinguish between when is a good time to take a trade and when is not. If I had just logged onto the charts and I saw this, I mean, I would still see what I'm seeing now, but I would be more inclined to take a trade. But because I've already taken my trades for the day, even if I believe something's going to happen, unless it's so good that I have to take the trade, I'm not going to take anything. So you guys can see here, there's no FOMO for me, even though what I'm predicting to happen is happening. I mean, one of the pathways, obviously, I predicted a few others, but I'm not just going to chase these candles. Even though I believe this sell side is coming, there's no trade for me, okay? Versus if I hadn't taken a trade today, I would be more comfortable with taking one position. But again, there's still no model right now for me to enter. I would have preferred to see a sweep of one of these sets of highs before getting the dump. But obviously the algorithms are choosing the pathway of just completely collapsing it. Now, what else could happen here? So we're sweeping this low. I'm not going to lie, this doesn't look bad. We're sweeping this low. If we create a 1 minute inverse here, I would not be surprised if this comes all the way back up to this high and then we get the dump later. So if you haven't taken a long yet, this doesn't look half bad. However, I would only take that on an eval account. And why would that be? Because we're still not in discount of the range. So why am I trying to take longs with my real hard-earned money if we haven't hit discount? So you guys can see we swept the low. No bullish reaction here. And I think, again, I think the sell side's coming. But Tristan asked, do you ever size up as you win trades or you just keep a constant sizing? I very rarely size up, Tristan. Very rare. There are times when I do, but it has to, like, let's say I have 2 wins on the day. There's very, very, very rare situations where I'll take a third trade. Like if I have 2 wins, if I have a win and a loss, or a loss and a win, and I'm like essentially break even on the day or slightly green, I'll take a third if it's AA plus like this, like you guys saw. But the only times that I'll take like a very sizable trade, or I'll maybe double a position, or I'll up it by like 25%, is if I have a small win and the obvious high time frame draw is so obvious to me, and there's an A plus setup. But most of the time I keep sizing consistent. But there are situations where I will size up. So what I've seen happen with this situation too, guys, here, 2 scenarios. One, we come 1 tick to the low, and then we just have this big push up and rebalance this 1 minute. Or we just completely dump. There's one of the two. So again, I'm not saying to take a trade off of this, but normally the algorithm will come very close to this wick, not sweep it. That's basically like punishing traders that are chasing the move. It'll come back and rebalance this 1 minute fair value gap, and then it will dump later on. The other option, it'll come close, it'll inverse this, it'll come all the way back up to one of these areas, maybe this high, and then dump later. These algorithms are punishing. Like you can see complete reversals, completely smoke people that are chasing moves, and then it'll come back and dump. So in this case, it looks like it's just completely dumping. But there's different pathways, like I said. Any trader that's trying to like convince you that they know what the market's going to do beforehand, I mean, there are situations where it's very obvious, but like this type of situation, it's not obvious. There's so many different scenarios and pathways, and these mysterious traders are like, I know what the market's going to do beforehand. They're liars 99% of the time. So I think what I'm going to do, guys, is log out of this eval account. I might trade with a funded. Maybe I'll take one trade when we hit discount. So give me a second while I log into a funded account. Let me get rid of this quick. Oh, but I can't be trading on NQ with this account. So I'm going to change to MNQ. And then we'll put this as NQ. Give me 1 second here. All right, so if we hit, again, guys, if we hit 50% of the range, I will consider a long setup. But it has to be really good. Should I just... what do you guys think? Should I chase a short? Down to the equal lows. These are not perfectly equal, but down to discount. Should I do a 1-to-1 trade here with 1 micro? I can't do it, guys, but I'm telling you, I predicted this beforehand. I told you that this low was coming. I told you that this low was coming, most likely. Still hasn't hit, but I think it is going to. And once we get discount of the range, we can start looking for a potential retracement. So like we could look for a potential setup back into this 1 minute fair value gap. But we will see what we get. What I really would love to see, guys, is let's say we get a retracement back into this 1 minute. I'll look for a nice short from within here. Because I would really prefer to take shorts because we're still in premium of the range. But we shall see what we get. But you guys can see here, again, what happened after we inverse this 10 minute. I have to redraw this, guys, because we're on MNQ now. But once we close below on the 10, you can see what happened. We came all the way back down to the sell side that I told you guys we would get to. You guys can hear my dog barking, right? Let me see something here. Oh, I'm trading with 4 MNQ. Kind of want to take a short, but again, guys, I can't take anything until we have a setup. Let's say we get something from here. That's a $346 win. That's not too bad. So my theory now, guys, is that we'll probably come back and retest this 1 minute. That doesn't mean I'm entering a trade, right? But I'm just saying that it's possible that we get that. Then if we enter this 1 minute and then we get a short, I think that will be pretty good. Again, it's less probable because we did sweep liquidity already once. But, yeah, we'll see. Oh, what am I doing? I was trying to click buy instead of sell. I really want to take a short. But again, guys, there's no setup here. We're on a funded account. Again, 2 scenarios to play out here. Either we trade into this 1 minute and then get the short, or we just dump. One of the two. But if this inverses the upside, we're going to come up, take some of this liquidity, and then come down later. It's only 9:49 too, so we have quite a lot of time in the market still. 4 hours, give or take. Or 3 hours, give or take, sorry. Oh my god. Okay, I'll be right back, guys. I don't know what she's barking at. Hold on. Okay. Damn, I gotta put some DW40 in this chair. Okay, so this is probably gonna dump here, guys. No equal high. Let me check NQ, make sure there's no equal highs forming here. No, nothing. Again, guys, this does not mean I'm gonna chase here. But like what could happen is they come very close to the 50%, they bring it back up here. It's definitely all possible. But looks like they're probably gonna dump it. And then once this liquidity gets swept, maybe we get a nice 1 minute inverse back up to this 1 minute fair value gap. So immediately we touch the 50% and look how we're already getting a bullish reaction here. If this candle holds and we get a 1 minute inverse, doesn't look half bad. But we still have, give or take 30 seconds till the candle close. Okay, 10 seconds. Let's see. Okay, so they're not even holding, they're not even creating a fair value gap here, which is interesting. They're coming very close to this liquidity here. So I wouldn't be surprised if they deliver this back up to buy side. Again, speculation, no model. But I'm just saying sometimes they'll bring the market all the way down very close to the liquidity that you see here. And any trader that's trying to chase the short is going to get stopped out with this by this candle's high right here. So we'll see if that's what they decide to do here. Imagine the one thing I agree with ICT, or not the one thing, but one of a few things I agree with is these people that really believe that the markets run on buying and selling pressure. I'm telling you guys, they do not. If the markets were truly buying and selling pressure and everything was truly random, there is no way in hell I would have been able to tell you up here in this general area that we were coming back down to this low. There's no way I would have been able to tell you right here when this 10-minute inverse by one tick, the body closed, that we were coming back down to sell side. Okay? And there's no way that I've been able to tell you that the market likes to come down close to liquidity and then stop out traders who are short by taking out these highs. Like, if you guys don't see what I'm saying, I don't know what else to tell you. It's just too perfect. Look at this. Look at this 50% level that I marked. We went one tick below it and immediate bullish reaction. How is that random? Please tell me. Tell me. Like, I'm sorry, but if you think anything else, you're completely wrong. It's too perfect. It's too coincidental to be random. This is algorithm. This is computers that are buying up price at the 50% level or whatever it is. I don't know what you want to call it, but it's too perfect to be random. You guys can see here that we traded into this tiny 1 minute fair value gap. Very small. Almost too small for anyone to even see. Perfect touch into the 1 minute and then a dump. It's just crazy. Just insane. Whoops. Yeah, so I really have no idea what's going to happen at this point, guys. I think I will probably end the stream here. If I see an A plus setup, I'll call it in the Discord um, under the live alert section, so you guys will see it there, and we can discuss whatever questions you guys have. But that's pretty much it for today. I mean, you guys saw this nice sell program, and yeah, we will of course stream tomorrow, Wednesday, and then probably Friday. So I wish you guys the best. Good luck with everything. Oh, Tony, caught your live today. Love watching your analysis. Thank you, Tony. I appreciate it, bro. Always good to see you. I know it's been a while. But yeah, I wish you guys the best, and let's crush it. We'll see you guys tomorrow.